Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Juno, and we're here to discuss and go over Jcole's apology. Now, just by hearing a lot of people saying on media, and people think that, oh my God, J. Cole, why would you do that? Like, the disc don't hit the same no more, the tracks don't hit the same no more. Regardless, I heard his project, and regardless of the diss track, the 7 minute drill, like all of his work in that album was great. I listened to that all day. No skips, no nothing. So I think that people need to focus in on the music itself instead of the drama of beef. And also, even with 7 minute drill, even though that was the diss, he still came hard. People be like, oh, that was mid, da da da. Nah, I think he was very warranted. He got this stuff off his chest. So we're gonna view this video, we'll watch it fully through, and then we're gonna go back because I want everybody to get a piece of what he's saying. So let's get into it.
In this video, I'm going to take you through all the settings of the harmony player, and I'm going to show you exactly how I like to use it to get inspiration.
Sing the track.
Me, right? So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God.
I just want to point out the fact that J. Cole, with the type of pressure that's on him right now, for him to be laughing about this, to him be smiling about this, and that man really carries himself with a whole lot of character. And this is reason why I'm a J. Cole fan, because of his character, not only because of his music, but just who he is as a person. He's a leader for different generations, not just his.
Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime, boom, boom, right? Niggas want to see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can.
Now let me point this out. He is so right. The world is so fed off of this negativity stuff. It's ridiculous. What to get off of this? Because we both know, or we all should know, that, Kendrick's from Compton. And Drake, he from Toronto. J. Cole, all them come from different backgrounds. But honestly, when they came up in rap beef, just like back in Tupac and Biggie, because, J. Cole from North Carolina, so it's just okay, East Coast, West Coast. So it's just do you really want this beef to graduate into something that's dangerous? To graduate in people's mental health, emotional health, or physical health being stripped away or taken away. And I love that he's still giving homage to these black men, because it's just he's not going to be a part of stripping and destroying a black man's image. And Kendrick and Drake have both done some really amazing things. So it's just like all that personal BS, all that stuff aside, like them as people, they have given to their communities. They've been leaders, but they also like I don't know because I don't personally know Kendrick, but just because he's from Compton, he's not gonna let that go like that. And I feel like when it's about rap and that's something that they all passionate about, that is going to build up because music, it holds emotion. Music has power. So like that just constructing itself in a sense would just fester and build up more. Cause his Kendrick's diss track was already just boom. You know, like he said, bazooka went off. Like, we're crazy. So J. Cole is just like, you know what? I'm not gonna add fuel to the fire no more. Like he's admitting that he's like, hey, I fell into this because of the pressure. And he's just a man. Everybody be like, oh, J. Cole's this, that. He's like, you be treating these people like they have God within them. And they walk with purpose, with God with them. But at the end of the day, they are flesh and blood. So he's like, hey, I made a mistake. I'm not walking in my faith of this. Like, I don't, everything that he's been preaching, because even though J. Cole, people been like, J. Cole's been always rapping about he's the best in that. He can always feel the best about himself. He can always be believing in himself. But he doesn't have to do that without tearing other people down. Because the competition is always you against you. Everybody else don't matter because you're always trying to get better for you. You're always trying to be the better version of yourself each and every day. So I admire him from doing this.
I can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone?
Now I just want to point out this too, like everybody be ignoring the spiritual realm. Everybody be like, yo, everything's back and forth. Like he really dug deep and then like, this hurt me spiritually. This don't have me right with God. This got me disrupting my peace. Like that in itself is major. And the fact that he can admit to that, like to go up on stage, because it's like everybody's gonna have their opinions. He already knew that. Everybody, he's like, I don't care because I have to be right with God. And that is huge because people don't be putting God first at all. And he's like, this is was something that needs to be addressed. Everything with the man stuff, everything back and forth, that don't matter. God comes first. And if I keep doing this, feeding into what man wants me to do, God's gonna cut off my supply. Because God's the one who brought me here. God's the one who gave me all this prosperity and abundance, not man. So if I stray away from what has been giving me all this success, giving me all this potential and growth to be in this rap game for so long. Like, why? I really, really respect that he acknowledged that, because we don't, and he's such at a high like position. So for people to hear that, it hit him spiritually. Because I'm like, a lot of rap beef and a lot of rap stuff, people be shooting other people and killing other people for nothing. They don't see that affects you spiritually. Because when we all gonna have to pass into the next life, what's gonna happen then? What's really going to be what when you meet your maker? And they said, God be like, nah, I'm rejecting you because of this X, Y, and Z. Nah.
Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct?
Yeah, we all love Kendrick.
As do I. So
Amen.
I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I wanna now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. I wanna do that for y'all.
Amen.
The Dreamville boss also went on to say,
so like he said, like he in his development as a man, his personal journey, he came from this and he grew. And everybody can say that. Like Jcole, when he first started, he was this. And you can definitely see that man's elevation. That man really went and tuned himself. He's not really in materialistic things. Like, he's all about giving back. He's all about peace, prosperity, and love. Like, that's all he's representing each and every day, each and every time. So the fact that he was like, I fell out of alignment and I got to get back into that because this is bigger than me. This is bigger than this. This is spiritually, like, that is so, like, huge. That's so big. And, like, for him to give back homage to Kendrick, amazing. Like, he's like, I can't undo what I did, but I'm going to do what it takes to make it better. And he's like, you know what? He know Kendrick Lamar cutthroat with his lyricism. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to take it on the chin. Whatever I got to do for us to get back, for things to be good, I'm going to take it. And that's him being a bigger man. I can respect that. Now, I do respect that. And I hope Kendrick respects that too. Like, they've made a lot of good music together. They've done a lot of things together. And I wouldn't want that being distraught or being disturbed over beef of who's the greatest, because they're all great in their own ways. They can be many kings. No one needs to rule the world. Everyone, like, y'all be talking about the big three of that's their generation, but honestly, you could put, like, we be like, oh, Lil Wayne and Eminem, like, we easily can throw other names out. And they're, like, even though, like, Lil Wayne's a little bit older than them, or maybe he's around the same age. I don't know. He just been in the rap game longer since he was, like, in his teenager years. But it's just like, easily, it's like we're just trying to give people their flowers while they're here. We're not trying to have, the BS, the back and forth, the, you know, fuck you, fuck this. Like, what does that do? That just make people more riled up. That just make people more angry, mad. And that energy is powerful in that music. Because somebody can literally listen to what Kendrick's saying or Drake is saying or even what Jcole might have said and be like, you know what? I'm feeling what he's feeling. And I have a whole situation with somebody else, whoop-de-whoop. And this is what I'm going to do about it because they ain't doing this. He's being a leader and showing like, hey, I'm turning the other cheek. I'm doing what I need to do to correct this as a leader. Man, y'all might not appreciate Jcole. Y'all might be like, oh, this is his fall off and things don't hit the same no more and this, that, and the third. Because I've even seen other videos where people just be coming out whatever. And a man has a heavy, heavy burden on his shoulders. And I pray that God continues to look out for him and continue. And I know he will because that man is moving right. So I just want to conclude this, be like, you know, y'all check out Forbidden Fruit, Jcole and Kendrick on the same album, y'all, or the same single. And y'all really immerse yourselves in the music of two brothers actually coming together and making beautiful artwork. Because that's what it's about. Music. It's about music. It's about learning. Because honestly, Jcole and Kendrick, they like my uncles. I learned so much from them. I have so much like love, admiration, respect for what they've done and the stories that they shared and their own personal stories. So it's just like, you know, I can't emphasize that enough. So I'm really appreciative Jcole decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a role model in this way. This is bigger than just me. I got to lead for not only myself, but for the older generation, my generation, and the younger generation. Because if no one shuts that, everybody's seeing that, oh, I got to get back at him. I got to get my look back. I got to do this, that, or nah. Because us as black people, why are we, as entertainment, tearing each other down? Why are we stripping each other? Why are we going at it, cutting each other's throats? We have so many other enemies. We have so many things that try to disrupt us and from our growth. And he's like, I'm not going to be a part of that. Because that's what they want. Because, you know, people be, you know, these other people that be getting off on the chaos, honestly set this thing up. They be the ones that be throwing the little seeds out there for people and letting it fester and be like, you know what? He said you're this. And then he goes to this person and says, you said you're that. And blah, blah, going back and forth and just watching it blow up. Jcole, he's like, nah. I fell into that. I recognizing my faults. I'm going to get back to what I'm aligned with. So, y'all, subscribe if you want more content like this. Also, there's new music coming on the way, so definitely be on the lookout. Subscribe and definitely leave your comments on how you feel about Jcole's situation, how you feel about how he's taking an approach to this. You know, I love you all. God bless y'all, and peace.